Portimão, the second round of the Motul FIM Superbike World Championship. You'll see just over our shoulders the Subaru safety car. Of course, Subaru, the new safety car partner for World SBK for the foreseeable future. And I'm here with David, the General Manager of Subaru Europe. And I cannot tell you, David, I'm so excited to have the pleasure of driving you around this Portimão circuit. You look nervous as hell, but we're going to have fun.
I'm not. I'm actually excited to drive with you. Yeah.
I think it'll be really, really cool. Obviously, it's the second round of the championship, first round in Europe, and of course, we're going to talk all things Subaru and why you guys got involved. I mean, you've been here all weekend so far, and it's just such a cool championship, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, it's really exciting to watch. I've been here before, many years ago.
Yeah, in a former life.
In a former life, and it's so exciting to see that some things don't change.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. The only thing that has changed is I've lost my hair, but anyway.
Yes, except for that. Yeah,
absolutely.
That I wasn't allowed to say.
No,
that.
I'll
So
say it myself.
You'll have to cut that.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to drive the Solterra, so come with us. Let's have a drive around Portimão.
Let's do that.
Let's do it. Cannot wait. I got to say, I'm super excited for this. Cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Is it the first time you drive an electric car?
It is going to be the first time I'm driving an electric car. Yeah,
Amazing.
I've driven hybrids in the past, and I don't drive a hybrid or an electric at home, so this is going to be quite interesting. Let's see.
Okay.
You might have to talk me through how to do this, actually, because this looks.
Help you.
It's pretty futuristic, isn't it?
It is. It is. Yes. It's packed with technology, safety technology.
Absolutely. No, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. So I guess we're already running. We don't need any music because we're going to make the music. We're going to make the music.
So. You've got your foot on the brake, yeah?
I have indeed. We're now in reverse.
Release it, we're in reverse.
Okie dokes, let's go. I tell you what, I've done a couple of laps on foot and on a scooter around Portimão, and I've been told that I'm not supposed to go too fast because I don't want to frighten you.
Right, exactly, yeah. I asked them told them to tell you.
Yeah, for sure. Right, let's do this. Let's do this. As I said, thanks for tuning in. Subaru, of course, the official safety car partner of the championship. And I tell you what, it's a smooth drive, isn't it? I know we're only just in the pit lane, but it's certainly very smooth on pull-off.
Well, it's silent, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually. It's so silent. You can hear a pin drop apart from me waffling on like I have been all weekend. But obviously, this is your first time in Portimão?
It is, yes.
What did you make of the weekend so far?
Well, it's been really exciting. Especially the first Superbike race, you know, the fight.
How amazing was that?
That was an amazing one.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Really
What's interesting for me as well, look at this, it's 7 o'clock at night, you can hear the bikes revving up and teams still working. A lot of people, I think, you know, watching on the sidelines, think, come to Superbike, everything finishes, everybody goes, but the amount of work and effort and infrastructure here is pretty impressive, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They do that thing, I'm not sure how you call it, where they let all the bikers...
I saw that, yeah, they did the lap around, eh?
Yeah.
They did the lap around the circuit earlier on, which is
amazing to watch. I was watching from up there.
Yeah. No, it is
and
pretty...
They were revving their bikes like hell.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely pretty cool. Right, well, we're just about to come out onto the circuit. I guess one of the first questions, should we floor it? Should we see whether it's got...
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I tell you what, it's got some poke.
It does, doesn't it?
Wow, it really does accelerate. Wow, we're coming out onto the track now, and of course, Toprak and Bulaga today coming down. I mean, how many times did they overtake into turn? I'm just going to check it, because there are a few riders running and cycling around, so we're going to take it a little bit steady. I won't scare you too much.
Really excited, because I've not been on the track before. So.
Oh, you've never even done a lap?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't had time.
No, it's impressive stuff. Of course, Subaru coming into the championship. I guess the first question I've got to ask is why World Superbike? I mean, why not from my perspective, but from a Subaru perspective, why bring an electric vehicle into Superbike World Championship?
Well, as you can imagine, you have, as a car manufacturer, you've got many options, you know, if you want to sponsor any sports. But I looked at the profile of motorcycle buyers, and I looked at the profile of SBK, you know, the crowd that come here, and I found that there's many similarities between people who drive Subarus and people who ride bikes.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people wouldn't necessarily think that, would they? They wouldn't associate that.
Well, they would if we talk about cars like, you know, we come from rally. We've won 3 world titles. We've won 46. We've got 46 straight wins in rally. So we've been in motorsports for quite a while. And I think the association between Subaru as a sports car, ideal for petrol heads, that's well established.
Yes.
But to bring trying to make noise with a silent car on a place like this is quite a challenge. I know that, but I thought it was interesting. You know, Subaru is not that well, is not as well known in Europe as it is in the United States.
Yeah.
We build around 1 million cars per year, right? 70% of those cars are sold in the US.
Okay.
So if you ask people in the US to name 2, 3 Subaru models, they will, no worries. If you ask the same question in Europe, people will just mention WRX STI Impreza. They remember the rally car.
I was going to say, I've got fond memories of Colin McRae being a brick, you know, and what his exploits in the rally car, for sure.
So, you know, one of my jobs is to try and help people get more awareness of what we do.
Yeah.
And to me, there's, you know, putting the car here is a sort of, it's a way to celebrate what we've done in motorsports for years. It's not only a way to say, well, an electric car doesn't have to be boring, you know. We don't think it is.
No, and I've got to say, we're just driving around, we're about halfway round the circuit, and if you've been watching World Superbike this weekend, I don't think that you appreciate, the fans at home cannot appreciate the undulation here. I was kind of sitting up there trying to look over the bonnet of the car. You cannot see the apex on some of these corners. I mean, I guess we're just coming down now through turn 9 and 10 over the roller coaster, and I mean, let's just give this a bit of work. Whoa, hello. It's definitely got some acceleration, and you can feel us dropping down here. It handles really well, doesn't it? The car handles so cool. I really like this. This is a really nice drive. I have to be careful not to over-exceed what we've been told to do, but yeah. I do like getting into go-karts and being a little bit fast. I promise you I won't put it in the gravel. I promise you.
Try not to.
Try not to. Try not to.
How do you think about the acceleration?
The acceleration, I mean, let's just come through turn 12 here and you just floor it. Sorry for the cameraman in the back. And we've gone from 40 to 75. Wow, it's really...
In a whiff, huh?
Yeah, in a whiff, yeah. Just a tiny little nudge on the throttle there and you really do accelerate. And it's impressive. It's really impressive. I think also what's impressive do you know what, should we do another lap?
Just sure.
Yeah, let's do another lap. I'll try not to run over. Who is this? Let's see who this rider is actually, just running around. And this is pretty cool. I've not actually been at the track or on the track this late to see the riders running. We've got a couple of Yamaha representatives here. Is this a rider? If it's a rider, I don't know whether we could ask him a question. I don't know whether it is a rider. Oh, it's a mechanic. It's a mechanic. Not that we shouldn't talk to a mechanic, but we can keep going. Right, come on then. Let's come around this final corner. There's no one on the straightest. Let's give this a bit of a welly. See how fast we can go.
But this will take you from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 7 seconds.
Wow, we're coming over.
It's a 2-ton car. It's 2-ton. Yeah, it's quite heavy.
Wow, we're coming over the starting line here at 140. I mean, I know they told us to stay to 50. You might want to edit that out. You might want to bleep me.
We're not telling anyone.
When we tell you how fast we're telling you. I tell you what, you're right. That accelerated so quickly. Yeah, It effortless as well.
I was quite impressed the first time I drove this car.
Let's come down into turn 1. Maybe we can also talk, and just something that I'm learning, obviously, with Subaru joint. Sorry, I'm going to miss the apex completely there. Sorry for the camera. Let's take a bit of curb as well. Let's see how she handles it. Oh, listen to that. That sounds great, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm getting carried away. This is probably the first... Next time we do it, you'll be driving. I'll never be allowed to drive again. But
you will.
I hope so. It'll be good fun into turn 3. Subaru as well, I found out only in the last couple of weeks, a very interesting meaning to the name. Tell us about that, because I think that's quite interesting.
Well, we're actually the first brand who took a, let's say, normal word in Japanese language as a name. Subaru in Japanese means to unite. This actually comes from the fact that, you know, today we're called Subaru. We used to be called Fuji Heavy Industries, and the logo, there is one somewhere where there's
on the steering wheel right here.
Those 6 stars, they come from the fact that we used to be 5 separate companies that were merged into one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And this became Fuji Heavy Industries, and today we're known as Subaru. Subaru is also a reference to a cluster of stars close to Pleiades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm learning more and more. This is great. And I find it quite interesting as well. You talk about uniting, and that's obviously with my role in the Superbike World Championship. We want to unite our fans with the riders, and I think that there's just a synergy, isn't there? It makes sense.
There is. Yes.
It makes absolute sense, of course.
There's a niche feeling to Superbike, which I like very much.
Yeah.
And Subaru is pretty much the same. We never meant to mean anything to everyone. We'd rather be meaningful to small groups of people.
Yeah.
And that is the feeling I have about Superbike. You know, people are super loyal here.
Yeah.
They root for you. They want this to stay. And I think they really appreciate all the efforts you guys have made over the years to keep the championship relevant and sustainable, because I think this is one of the things you need to
Absolutely.
to look after, don't you? I know it's not a fun topic to discuss, but
it's the way that the world is going,
just
right?
the way it's going.
No, for sure. And I think the World Superbike Championship themselves have worked so hard on sustainability, haven't they? So again, they recently achieved their ISO certifications for sustainability. So they're doing a lot to sort of offset various things in the world. In fact, a number of our partners do that, don't they? With Motul Oil as well, very heavily involved with offsetting emissions and things like that. So there is a definite synergy, and that's something obviously that's very much at the forefront.
And I'm not sure whether your followers and the public here realise how much pressure you're under. I mean, they probably know that the car industry is under pressure to lower CO2, but they probably don't know that the motorsport industry also will have to align with European directives, otherwise there's no way you can't move forward.
Absolutely.
So this is our way to help assist a little bit.
And again, for the people watching, as I said, we introduced this feature that we'll be doing both in English and in French as well at various rounds. In fact, all of the rounds of the championship. This is a new initiative. It's super cool. We're gonna have some great guests in the cars as well, aren't we? Which is something for the fans to really look forward to. And of course, as we get further into the season, more initiatives with World SBK, the hot laps and driver experiences. So I mean, there's so much that you guys are working on that for the fans that are watching Superbike, hopefully they become, if they're not already, become fans of Subaru and get involved, and they can get out on the track like we are now, do a couple of hot laps in a race weekend. It'll be perfect.
We'll see. Yeah, we want to do hot laps, we want to do test drives. As I always say, it's, if I may say that in front of the camera, it's bums on seat. I mean, it's very difficult to make an opinion about a car unless you've driven it. So we want to give people, and that's okay, if at the end of the day they say, well, electric's not for me, fine, but at least
give it a try.
Give it a try.
You can't make it. Absolutely. And I've got to say, and I'm not just saying this because I'm wearing the Subaru shirt, I'm impressed. The car handles well, it's really quick, it's stable, and it's comfortable. I mean, we haven't talked about the comfort, but it's a comfortable drive.
Yeah, it's built as an SUV for families. Obviously, this is not a race car, but it's, as I said, it's quite fast. And you haven't tested it off-road, because this is where it shines. It's unbelievable. The guys, I don't know whether we can tell the story, but the one,
we can tell the story. We're all friends here.
Do you know the one we're displaying there at the entry of in the paddock on the ramp? It was supposed to have some livery on it. We were late with the livery. And so the boys put the car on the ramp, all clean, as if the car came out of a showroom. And I said, no way, guys.
Really?
So I want the car dirty, because really this is off-road at the fun. It's either on track or off-road. This is where we excelled really at Subaru. So do you know what they did yesterday?
What did they do?
They drove up the hill there and get the car completely muddy. Now, the track was dry, so they took buckets of water, put water on the floor, and drove through mud.
It's funny that you say that, because when I came into the circuit this morning, I saw it and I thought, I'm going to have to get in touch and see if we can clean the car, but it was done on purpose. It was done on purpose. I love that.
We've the first Subaru that was ever built in Japan was built for people who were struggling to drive up hills to install electricity lines in Japan. There were no car at the time, except super expensive ones, which the Japanese government didn't want to invest in. So they briefed Fuji Heavy Industries, as it was called back in the days, to build, I wouldn't say cheap, an affordable car that workers could use to drive just about anywhere on snow. This is how the four-wheel drive system was created at Subaru.
I love that. I love that.
So
I know we've pulled back into the paddock and we've kind of stopped now, and we're kind of just taking it all in, but I really wish
it felt seamless, don't you?
Yeah, it did. It really did. I'm itching to go and do another 2 laps. I know we can't because there's various things going on, but David, you promised me one thing: you'll join me at least in one more of these chats during the season, because I think it'll be so cool.
That was too short.
It was too short. I could do it all again, but it's a pleasure to see you again.
Cheers, mate.
I'm loving learning about Subaru, and I hope I didn't scare you too much, and I hope I don't get in trouble for exceeding the speed limit there, but I'm sure we're fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for sticking with us, guys, and yeah, see you at the next one.